welcome to another episode of Me, My Wife, and Sports. I'm your host, Fitz, with my lovely co-host, Darcy.
Hi.
Well, another sporting week has ended, and we had the NFL draft and some other top stories, like with Caitlin Clark and her shoe deal with Nike, which was crazy.
What was the deal? I don't remember.
Okay, well, first of all, there were total of 4 contenders pushing for a deal. And Puma, who initially came in, they walked away from the bidding from the beginning because the bidding started at $3 million. Then Adidas offered a 4-year, $6 million deal and a shoe deal, meaning they're going to design a shoe specifically for her. And Under Armour actually offered a 4-year deal for $16 million and a shoe deal. But Nike won out, as always, $28 million over 8 years and a shoe deal.
Well, that's good. Good for Caitlin.
Yeah.
That's where she's going to make her money anyway.
Oh, of course.
So.
Of course. That's where a lot of the WNBA females make their money, like Tarazi and some of the other ones.
Yeah. That's good. Good.
Now,
Good.
We both watched the NFL draft.
Yes. The NFL draft.
Which was crazy. But as I was doing some research and going over some things, I found out that there was a chart that broke down which state had the most players going to the NFL.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
California had 18, and Florida had 30 individuals, and Georgia 23. Those were pretty much...
What about Texas?
Oh, Texas had 24. Those were pretty much the high numbers. And then a few others, 1, 4. A lot of states with 0, like Montana, Wyoming, New Mexico, and North Dakota. And actually, South Dakota actually had 2, which, remember Romo, he was from one of them Dakotas.
Really?
Yes. Can't remember which one.
He went to school in one of those Dakotas?
I think he was from one of the Dakotas. I think he went to school in somewhere in Illinois, Eastern Illinois or something like that.
Interesting.
Yes. But, hey, it is what it is. And I was surprised, too, only 10 from Alabama.
And that's kids are from the state, not necessarily that they went to schools in that state?
I think it's the school within that state.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it says state-by-state selections, 2024 NFL draft.
Okay.
So, big news. Zeke.
That's the big news?
Well, for us, since we're Cowboy fans.
For Cowboy fans.
The Cowboys,
Zeke is back.
Cowboys picked him back up. Hopefully that...
Dak paid for it.
Of course. Hopefully that give Dallas a spark. And we can
Hopefully it'll give Dak a spark. I don't know that Dallas needed a spark.
He is. Dak is Dallas. The quarterback is the team for the most part.
I don't know if I agree with that, but...
Folks, the quarterback takes the blame when you lose. The quarterback takes the accolades when you win. So it all centers around your quarterback. Now, with that said, though, I think we could have worked something out, and maybe not, because our salary cap is really over there. And you had Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley that were available. That would have been an awesome pickup for our backfield.
Derrick Henry would have been. I think that's what the fan base wanted.
Yeah, and it's my understanding that he wanted to come to Texas.
He wanted to come.
Because I think he's from Texas.
I don't know.
Yeah. But he wanted to. And I'm sure they could have worked out some kind of money deal with him to make it work.
Yeah.
But say la vie.
Dak wanted Zeke. And so he gave up the money to get Zeke.
Right.
All we can do now is say you got what you wanted. And so what you going to do? What are you two going to do now?
True.
So.
Well, we already know what they have done.
Which wasn't impressive.
Right. So maybe since they're a little bit older and a little bit.
And this is the last chance.
Yeah, because actually.
This is your last chance.
Yeah, because actually Dak's contract is up at the end of this season. Whether they renew it, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
Yeah. Well,
he's had, 5 years?
Your guess is good as mine. But it's been there. It's been at least 5
years.
I think it's more, actually.
If not more.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done it. And we got Trey, what's his name? Trey Lawrence?
Right, as the backup.
Yeah. Waiting.
Well, we got to start somewhere.
So but that has nothing to do with the NFL draft. Because in the draft, we picked up Dallas, being an offensive lineman.
We did. And we edge rusher as well.
What was that lineman's name?
It's going to be interesting because I didn't understand the trade that Dallas did with, I think it was Minnesota, was it?
Yeah, to go back.
Yeah.
They had like the 24th pick, and then they traded and went to like 29th or something like that.
Yeah. I didn't quite get that, but hey, that's why they get paid the big bucks to work those things out.
What was behind that? I don't know.
Yeah, but I guess it worked out. Now, one of the surprises, because before the draft...
Tyler Guyton, that's Oklahoma Sooner. That was our offensive tackle.
Okay. One of the things that was kind of interesting before the draft, there was a lot of hype on a lot of the receivers that were being drafted. And one was Jerry Rice's son, which he didn't go until late. And the funny part about it, he ended up going to San Francisco.
The 49ers?
Yeah.
I know, late. He went like on the last day, right?
Yeah, I think it was like third or fourth round, I believe.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Let me check.
Because I was shocked that it took so long. But, hey, it's all about team needs. And I guess they didn't need him. Or, I guess they didn't feel that he was the best receiver out there.
Did he go to the 49ers?
I thought he did. Because I thought I read something saying that he followed in his father's footsteps. Or I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. What was his name? Brandon Rice?
Yeah, Brendan. Brendan, I think it is. I'm looking at the grades that they gave everybody. I guess these are just first round grades.
Or is it overall grades?
I don't know, because if it's overall grades, they're not mentioning.
Oh, he went to the Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah, he went in the 7th round.
The Chargers. San Diego, right? San Diego Chargers? No, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But for him to go 7th round, that was a real shot.
Yeah, receiver on day 3. They added Brendan Rice and Michigan Wolverine Cornelius Johnson.
Okay. That was a funny thing, too, that Harbaugh, I don't think he picked any Wolverines.
That would have been the only one. Because Harbaugh is at the Chargers.
Right.
And he picked a wide receiver, Michigan Wolverine Cornelius Johnson. Right. That would have been the only one that he picked. They got the Notre Dame Joe Alt. That was their first pick. And he was a tackle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was a tackle. And then they got...
Everybody's taking a page out of Jerry's book. And
exactly.
Because even in that first round, I think I was shocked to see a lineman go early.
Then they got the receiver, Lad McConkey. I'm not sure what school he came from. And then they picked up 2 more receivers on the 3rd day, the Chargers did. And one was Brendan, and one was a Michigan Wolverine.
Who is the Chargers quarterback again?
Herbert,
that's right. I guess they need some people for him to throw to, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So our number one pick during the draft that went was Caleb.
Caleb Williams.
He went to the Bears. What are your thoughts? Because he seemed like he was very excited, a little cocky in my opinion.
I don't know, was he excited or was he like, yeah, he was a little cocky. But I don't know, when you're the number one pick, I guess it's like there's no surprise.
Right.
So for that person, really, like, you're just kind of going through the motions. So, he was a little animated. Let me put it like that. He was a little animated.
Okay.
He could have been a little calmer, a little more reserved, and just kind of played it off a little bit better. But he came across in a different way.
Well, I guess there's going to be a lot on his shoulders coming in to sort of turn that team around. And you got to have a lot of confidence in yourself and exude that so the other players can buy into what you're selling. Now, with us looking at it, maybe we analyze it a little too much.
Yeah, we could have, but he's got a hard veteran team there to convince with DJ Moore and Cole Kmet, and I can't think of who their receiver is, but they've got a lot of talent there. And he's really got big shoes to fill because Justin Fields was a good quarterback.
He was. And again, I think the Bears just didn't surround him with the right talent, as well as the coach, I think, wasn't taking advantage of his strengths. So it was a tough battle from day one, I think. And hopefully being with the Steelers, he'll learn from Russell Wilson and become well-rounded and get the support that he needs. Because Justin Fields is a good quarterback.
Yeah, they've got the Bears, they've got Andre Swift. They brought in Keenan Allen. They've got a strong team that he's got to convince he knows what he's doing.
Right.
And he's still a rookie. And, he's still a rookie.
Who?
Caleb.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Justin.
No, I'm talking about Caleb now.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about Caleb, not Justin.
Right. He is a rookie.
Talking about the Bears.
Okay.
And so I just wonder, like, what do they think when they're watching the draft?
Right.
What do they see? Do they see it differently than we see it?
Right.
And do they feel differently than we feel? I'm sure they do. Because
I'm sure. Because they see it up in the trenches and they're close and they hear their locker room chatter.
Exactly.
So I can even imagine somebody can say, oh, here come another one, a kid full of juice, and the air is going to be deflated out of him once he really gets hit by an NFL player.
Exactly.
And he finds out everybody is fast, just like he was. Because, in college, everybody's not fast. And when you get to the pros,
everybody's not motivated in college because it's not everybody's end goal in college.
Right. But in the NFL, every day people are fighting for their jobs.
Exactly.
Because one bad game can cost you your job.
Exactly.
Maybe not a Caleb. He can have 10 bad games because I'm sure once he works out his contract deal, they're going to get their money's worth,
Right.
And whether they're going to make it work some kind of way.
Who's going to be on Hard Knocks, the new season?
I'm not sure.
They did a end season, and it was Miami. We haven't watched that yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just wondering who's going to be on the new season. It'll be interesting to see. They need to do the Bears.
The Bears would be a good one.
Pittsburgh would be a good one, too.
Yeah.
To see Russell and Justin working together. Because, everybody got excited behind watching Aaron go out, and we all know how that played out.
Yeah, so maybe they don't want to be on Hard Knocks.
No, that's true, too. Yeah, it could go either ways, but no surprises there. Okay, so second draft pick, number 2. Washington's on the clock.
All right.
And they pick Heisman Trophy winner Jalen Daniels, quarterback.
All right. He's good. Don't get me wrong.
He is good. LSU.
But my thing with the Washington Commanders is that they picking the players to protect their line. Now, under this new leadership, maybe that'll change.
Right. I mean, Sam Howell was drafted in the 5th round in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
2 years later, he's gone. So did they really give him a chance to develop and learn the...
Well, you got to understand, too, he was drafted under the old regime. So when the new regime came in, they went in a different direction.
Well, that's okay. Under ownership, you're talking about.
Ownership and GM. They brought in
everything changed.
Everything changed.
Well, we'll see how that plays out. But their last couple of draft picks were Sam Howell. They drafted.
Don't forget our RG3 back in the day.
Well, Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, yeah.
God rest his soul.
Yes.
He was a first-round pick in 2019 for Washington.
Right.
Chase Young, first-round pick in 2020. And then RG3 was a first-round pick in 2012.
Well, too, and you can't predict the health of these individuals, like with Griffith, his injuries, as well as Chase Young. And even Chase Young, when he went to San Francisco, he didn't really live up to the hype, I want to say. And now he's moved on, and I'm not sure where he went. Maybe, was it?
He's not with the 49ers anymore?
No.
I don't know where he is.
Because I want to say, I don't know why I'm thinking of the Saints, but I could be wrong. But so he's starting to do that bounce around thing, which is never good.
Right.
Unless you're, what's his name, who went to the Falcons? Kirk Cousins.
Right. Kirk Cousins. Wow.
Because Kirk Cousins.
He's a survivor.
I want his agent in anything that I do. Because for him to make these deals, it's crazy. But Chase Young, he went to New Orleans.
Oh, New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See how he does there.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I think.
For Washington and quarterbacks.
Again, new leadership. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. And of course, they got a Dallas coach coaching them. So he does have a winning spirit now. He might not get to the playoffs, but no, Quinn, he's a good coach.
He is good.
He is.
3rd round. New England's on the clock. This one was kind of surprising. Drake May from North Carolina.
The quarterback?
Yeah.
He's actually pretty good. Personally, I didn't see a lot of play from him.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Because, I would hear his name in passing, but it wasn't the hype that Caleb was getting, Penix, and some of the other ones. But I think be honest with you, this is just me making a prediction. I think he's probably going to have the better season out of all the drafted quarterbacks.
Out of all the drafted quarterbacks?
Yep.
Including, Mike Penix went to Atlanta, so he's sitting behind Kirk Cousins.
Right.
But not trying to jinx Kirk Cousins, our Atlanta fans, but he is a little accident prone.
He is.
And he could possibly end up playing. And then you have J.J. McCarthy, who went to Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of McCarthy. Like I said, I'm a Michigan fan, but
I don't know how you can be a Michigan fan and not be a fan of J.J. McCarthy.
He's okay, but I think his receivers bailed him out more times than I can count. But he gets the credit for it.
Bo Nix,
he should do well.
12th pick, went to Denver.
Well,
with Sean Payton.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
I'm not a Sean Payton fan. Just the way he treated Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's a business, but it's a way to be tactful. And on national TV, you yelling and screaming at a guy like he's 4 years old. No.
Yeah, that was
He kept his composure better than I would have.
Russell. Well, Russell is a class act all the way around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he knows what goes around comes around.
There you go.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Actually,
was the fourth pick, went to Arizona.
And I think he's going to be, out of all the receivers that they were hyping, I think he's the real deal.
The best one, yeah.
I really do. But as anything, there's always that hidden gem that comes out of nowhere and is like no one expected.
They talked a lot about Malik Neighbors.
And where was he from?
What school did he go to?
Yeah, where was he drafted from?
I don't know where he was drafted from. I think he went to...
Because I remember hearing that name, but I just can't think of where he was at.
Did he go to Green Bay? No.
Who ended up picking up? He came from the LSU.
Neighbors?
Yeah, I think that was the school he was.
Okay.
I think he went to the Giants.
The Giants. Yeah. That's who it is.
The Giants.
Yeah.
Which is scary because the Giants is part of our conference. And
yeah.
With them getting a decent receiver, because I think he's going to be an impactful player off the jump. Now, who is the Giants quarterback? That's the question.
That's a good question.
That's because what was it? No, Mark Jones. He was up in Patriots.
Mac Jones.
Yeah, Daniels. Is it Daniels? Is that the quarterback?
Yeah, Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if they're looking to keep Jones as a starter or if they have someone else in mind.
I don't know.
It's going to be a very, very interesting season because I don't even think that Kansas City is in the forefront to repeat, in my opinion. Now, they did bring in a receiver for Patrick to throw to, and I want to say it was a well-known name, if I'm not mistaken.
For Kansas City?
Yeah. But I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time.
Xavier Worthy.
That's who they drafted?
Yeah.
And where was he out of?
I'm not sure. He said he broke the 40-yard dash record, posting an incredible time.
Right.
4.22 seconds.
Right, because they were trying to say they need another speedster like they had with...
Tyreek Hill.
Right.
Yeah, so they're trying to replace Tyreek Hill, which I don't know that you're going to replace Tyreek. But
what was his last name? Xavier what?
Worthy.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well,
how they even got him, because didn't they win the Super Bowl? Like, how did they...
It was based off some old trades.
Yeah, exactly.
That pushed them up, which was good on their part.
Yeah. But what was interesting was just watching the draft, it was quarterbacks, wide receivers, and a tackle that went.
What was it, offensive tackle that went?
Yeah.
In the top 10?
Yeah, fifth.
Fifth, okay. Well,
yeah,
still part of top 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I mean, we didn't see anything outside of wide receiver, quarterback, or tackle until the 15th pick with Indianapolis, and they picked a defensive end.
Right.
That was the first defensive player, I think. So that was pretty interesting, a different strategy being used by a lot of the teams this year.
Right. And he was out of what, Notre Dame?
Yeah. Okay.
So that was interesting. You know what surprised me, though? The first Alabama player didn't go until the 7th pick.
Oh.
J.C. Latham.
Oh, yeah.
And he was offensive tackle as well.
Yep.
Which freaking Alabama has huge.
Oh, that was the guy that picked up the commissioner, remember?
You know, I cringed because they just said he had that back surgery and everything. I was like, oh my goodness. God.
And he bear hugged him, and you could just see Goodell's face and his eyes like bugged out.
When he probably went backstage, he probably took a few drugs and
He had
to mellow out because, And I guarantee they told these players, when you get up there, be careful. The commish just had back surgery, so don't overdo it.
Well, that was what the announcers were talking about. That was like a topic of discussion leading up to the draft happening was the commissioner going to be able to give his famous big hugs to the first round picks? Right. Because of the back surgery. Right. So if they're talking about it in the pregame show, they had to have made an announcement to all those people sitting backstage.
But, they get caught up in the moment.
But when he, picked them up and,
maybe he didn't squeeze as hard as shake.
No, he did. He did. He lifted them up off his feet and, had them on his stomach. Oh, my God. Having just had back surgery.
Well, that guy is 6'6" and 342 pounds.
Yeah, so that hurt. I'm sorry. That hurt.
Oh, my goodness. And then, of course, the Bears, for the 9th pick, the Bears end up getting a wide receiver, that Rome Odunze.
Yes.
What's it? Odunze?
Oh, no, why are you going to try to make me say it?
Odunze, Odunze?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's another syllable in there.
Right.
But yes.
And then also, too, the guy from Penn State, he was offensive tackle, went number 11th. Olu Fashanu. Olu Fashanu. And
he went to the Jets.
Yeah. And which they need, because first of all,
they need a line.
And that's what I was going to say, to protect Aaron, because Aaron's, I'm sure, going to give it another shot. And more than likely, depending on how this season goes for him, this upcoming season, determine if he's going to stick around for an additional season. Because if he ends up getting hurt again, that's a sign that's saying, dude, just call it a day.
And I guess, Sauce Gardner, is he still with them?
The Jets?
Yeah.
As far as I know, yeah.
But didn't Garrett Wilson, he went to another team from the Jets, didn't he?
I'm not sure. I don't follow too deep.
Okay, so Garrett was on my fantasy team. That's why.
So you should know.
I should know, but I would know if he had done anything.
I know where all my fantasy players are at.
Well, yeah, because you won.
I'm not bragging or anything, but yes, I did.
If I had won, I would definitely be knowing where they are.
I'm hoping this offensive tackle that we drafted on the 29th pick, that Tyler Guyton, I'm hoping that he helps us out, because we lost our one lineman to the Jets. I can't think of his name offhand, but he was a veteran, and he stayed injured lately quite a bit, but he still demands respect when he's out there playing. So, all right, Darcy, we're winding down now. Any last thoughts before we close out?
It was an interesting draft. Zeke is back, we'll see how that goes.
Right.
Cowboys really didn't do a whole lot of anything in the draft, but we kind of knew that was going to happen. And I think that's our MO.
Right. And I think Jerry always has something up his sleeve once the season gets ready to start. So
yeah,
I'm holding my breath. That's all I can say.
And NBA playoffs are still going.
I was getting ready to say, with the NBA playoffs going, and of course, OKC swept the team.
We had one team sweep.
Yeah. And we'll discuss that more on our next show, where the teams would have moved forward or advanced further, and it'll be a little bit more narrowed down. So I'm excited to see how it unfolds. Of course, my Lakers, they're out of it, which I expected, but they gave it a good professional try.
Right, Denver took them out.
Yeah, which is the reigning champ.
5 games.
Right,
5 games.
which is the reigning champ. So.
Oh, Denver is the reigning champ?
They are. They won last year. They did. So if you're going to get knocked out by the reigning champs at least. So.
Well, yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I think all our listeners, especially our listeners from Singapore, Haiti, and the UK, we appreciate you guys following us, and hopefully you'll continue listening. Also, you can check us out on Facebook as well as Instagram. And if you have any questions or comments, email us at memywifeandsports@yahoo.com. memywifeandsports@yahoo.com. And please listen to our podcast on whatever platform you utilize. But you can go to our website on Buzzsprout. Me, my wife at Buzzsprout.
Me, my wife, and
Sports.
Buzzsprouts.
That's why I got here, because she has all the administrative stuff down. All right. I just want to thank everybody for listening. And Darcy, any parting words?
Have a good day. Enjoy what's out there in the sports world. And remember, your mate is a reflection of you.